Our story begins in Bethlehem, in the land of Judah over 3,000 years ago. The year is 907 BCE and it's the era of the prophets. A boy is born and his name is David. The youngest of 7 brothers, David is just 10 generations removed from Judah, meaning that he's a descendant of one of Jacob's 12 sons. David is no ordinary boy. He has bright eyes, a red-cheeked face, and a striking presence. He spends most of his days in the fields, caring for his father, Jesse's sheep. At that time, Israel had its first king, Saul. But Saul had sinned, and his favor in the eyes of God had fallen. And so, the journey of David, the shepherd, the warrior, the future king, begins. King Saul is tormented, his mind overcome by what is described as an evil spirit. Seeking relief, his sages turn to an ancient mystical tradition, Kabbalah. In this era, some Jewish priests practiced the secret arts, understanding the power of sound and melody and spiritual elevation. They knew that mastery of pitch and harmony could invoke divine presence, and so they summoned a young shepherd, David. His affinity with God was undeniable, and as he played, the king found peace, unaware that this boy would soon alter his and Israel's fate forever. Not long after, war looms in the valley of Elah. Saul's army stands on one hill. The ancient enemies of the Israelites, the Philistines, stand on the other. And then, thunderous footsteps. A towering figure, 10 feet tall, clad in iron and brass, steps onto the battlefield. Goliath, the Philistine champion. With a voice like rolling thunder, he issues his challenge. Send your best warrior. If he defeats me, we will serve you. If I prevail, you serve us. For 40 days, Goliath mocks Israel, his words cutting deep. Not a single man dares to face him. The whole of Israel is humiliated. Then at dawn, on the 40th day, a lone figure steps forward. Not a soldier, but the same shepherd boy who once played for the king. Armed only with a staff, a sling, and 5 stones, David accepts the challenge. Drawing upon an unseen power, he swings his sling. The stone flies, striking with pinpoint precision. Goliath collapses, lifeless. The Philistines watch in horror as David severs the giant's head and presents it to Saul, a trophy for this victory. Fear grips the ranks of the Philistines and they flee. The boy who soothes the king with music has now saved a nation with a single stone, and in that moment, David is no longer just a shepherd. He is a legend in the making. After slaying Goliath, David enters King Saul's palace, where he meets Jonathan, Saul's son. Their bond is instant, a deep friendship built on loyalty, trust, and love, an unwavering connection that will last a lifetime. But as David's fame grows, so does the jealousy in King Saul's heart. The people sing songs of David's victories, elevating him above the king. Saul's admiration turns to jealousy, and one fateful day, while David plays the harp, Saul hurls a javelin at him in a blind fit of rage. David narrowly escapes, but Saul's hatred deepens. Saul strips David of his power and rank. He forces him to lead a small band of men against impossible odds. Saul doesn't supply him with the resources he needs to succeed, and definitely not the numbers. Undeterred, David embarks on a journey. He gathers weapons and provisions. With every city he visits, he is welcomed by those who seem not as an enemy as the king would want them to, but as a protector, a future leader. From Nob to Keilah to Ziklag, David finds refuge in aid, building a loyal following of men who are drawn to his sense of courage and justice. As Saul hunts him relentlessly, David and his men survive by their wits, collecting weapons, food, and support from those who believe in his cause. Each city that takes him in becomes a testament to David's growing strength, not as a soldier,
but as a leader who inspires loyalty in the face of overwhelming odds. At times, King Saul wants to kill him. At times, King Saul must acknowledge his victories. Despite the danger, David and Jonathan continue to meet their secret meetings, strengthening their bond. David confides in Jonathan, fearing for his life. The two agree to a plan. If Saul's wrath is kindled at a royal feast, Jonathan knows the time has come. They meet at the stone of Esau. He tells David the truth. His life is in grave danger. The two friends weep, making a solemn vow to each other under that stone, to God, swearing that their covenant will last forever. For years, David lives as a renegade, roaming from city to city with his loyal men, evading Saul's grasp. The people protect him. With each new town that welcomes him, David strengthens his position, building a formidable force as Saul's obsession with killing him grows. Suddenly, fate intervenes one day. Saul and Jonathan are slain on the battlefield by Philistines, and Israel's throne is left vacant. David, now in his prime at 30, has long possessed the right to lead. He was always a claimant to the throne. The people of Israel, through the prophet Samuel, anoint him as their new king. The shepherd boy, now a man, steps into his new destiny as the ruler of a united Israel.
Please remember to like and subscribe to this video if you enjoyed this content. We'll try and get more out to you soon. This was the first part of 2 in the life of King David.